Hey friends, we're taking a look at NKLA Corporation. NKLA is the ticker, trying to get a read on what we can expect in tomorrow's action. Big red candlestick today. The volume is not huge. We've seen far higher volume days, but it is above average, so something worth noting. On the daily time frame, we are approaching oversold, but we're not quite there yet. RSI is at 32.59, and we've got ourselves a nice little RSI trend. So what we can look for is the possibility of a daily oversold bounce. We also need to keep in mind that the RSI historically hasn't really ever dipped below 30, at least not as far back as, well, on the daily time frame, it just really never has. So what we can do actually is look at RSI-based supports. We'll just do this really quick. So I'm looking at the lowest point back here. We can see that we had an RSI support touch. Let's embiggen that a little bit. Very close. In fact, it looks pretty good. An RSI support touch there, and we're very close to it today. So, a couple of things that have added noteworthy points, I guess, toward a possible bounce on NKLA going into tomorrow. We could look for a quick trend change. The fact is we're going to be oversold on multiple time frames inside the daily candlestick. So keep that in mind as we review the next set of time frames. We've got ourselves a little bit of support just below this from the daily, way over here at 1990. Actually, let's update that a little bit because I think we're going to move it 2020, so 30 cents away. That's why we got to use our magnets. So a couple of things that are sort of moving toward a bounce in the daily time frame. We could easily drop to 2020, look for support. That would line up well with this RSI support as well. How likely is that, and what would that look like? Well, let's go to the 15-minute time frame to take a look at what's happening here. On the 15-minute time frame, RSI is at 14.15. We have seen a few stair steps down, so we do have a little bit of a 15-minute trend developing. What we're going to watch is support to hold about 2020. We're going to look for a 5-minute support or 5-minute trend change at a minimum in order to indicate that the bulls are stepping in and we're seeing a trend change. And that is, it sounds so simple, but it's really significant. On the 5-minute time frame, we have not seen that change all day. In fact, it has not really been an uptrend on the 5-minute time frame since the 22nd, just briefly in the morning. That is the first and most important thing that we need for bulls to do, is to establish a higher low and a higher high, showing that they have intent. And intent needs to precede everything else. Until then, bears are in complete control of this ticker, and the support is meaningless. We could just trend right through that, chew it up, spit it out, it won't matter. What we need to do is see intent around areas of support. If we can get a beautiful trend change here and after hours, see some bullish volume, maybe even establish a little bit of a 50-minute uptrend, something even more concrete, and look for a higher low, higher high to develop there, possibly maybe even a magical little pattern. I'm not going to say the name because it's just speculative. We want to see all those things come into play. If we can see all of those things come into play, bulls are in a good position for a bounce going into tomorrow. If not, then we're just going to be looking for continuation, maybe the development of an hourly bear flag at this point. And a loss of 2020 would have us looking for support where, well, on the daily time frame, that's the one we should be watching. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of daily support at all. So we're playing RSI-based oversold bounces all the way down. Next support, 1310 on the daily time frame. Let's hope bulls can stay above this big pit of despair and stave away the abyss for another trading session. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments about anything, feel free to post a comment in the, well, comments. Thanks for watching, and take care.